जी और मेरे ख्याल मेरी आवाज़ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੱਕ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਈ ਕੁਦਰਤੀ ਮਾਈਕ ਔਨ ਰਹਿ ਗਿਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਗਲਤੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੈ ਵੈਸੇ ਤੇ ਪਰ ਸੌਰੀ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਦੈਟ ਮੈਂ ਮਾਰਟਨ ਹੋਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਸ਼ਿਆਂ ਤੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੈ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਲੈਣੀ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਮੇਰੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਮਾਰਟਨ ਮੈਡੋਰਿਸ ਵਾਰਡ ਨੰਬਰ 3 ਔਰ 4 ਤੋਂ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਕਾਉਂਸਲਰ ਨੇ ਔਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਕਰਾਉਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਮਾਰਟਨ ਵੈਲਕਮ ਟੂ ਰੇਡੀਓ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਸੀ ਐਂਡ ਗੁੱਡ ਆਫਟਰਨੂਨ
Oh, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here with you, Mr. Sani, and on Parvasi, and it's an honor.
We are talking after a long time, I believe. And how is everything going on?
Yeah, everything. Listen, I certainly, from a personal perspective, can't complain. I do know it's still tough out there, especially for small businesses. We still need people to continue to vaccinate, and I know people are becoming a little tired of the lockdown, of the COVID, but we start seeing some light at the end of the tunnel. We have to continue, and hopefully in a couple of months we'll be able to really look back and say that we've gone to a better position.
Okay, last time snowfall was really heavy, very bad was the road condition, but this time I believe things are a little better, but still it's very messy.
Yeah, I would say that the indicators, I think from the trends that we've seen from our provincial scientific table and some of the data that we're receiving, we see some positive trends that there is a decline. We at the City of Brampton, we are now going to embark on reopening. So many of our recreation centers will be opening and have reopened some, but with the provincial measures of capacity, of still having to wear masks. But we at City Hall as well, we know council has been working from home on video, and we expect by sometime mid-February, end of February, that we will be fully reopened and we'll be able to be back in council chambers.
Okay, recently City of Brampton passed a motion and put in the budget that people can defer their property taxes for some time. It's a good gesture on the part of city once again. But overall, people are struggling. We all know that because of COVID, things are going bad to worse now. But thank God, business are being opened again. I hope it will continue like that now. I mean, city is not going to impose any kind of these instructions in near future again.
No, exactly. We certainly, we're following the guidelines from the province when it gets to what you refer to as deferral of taxes and so on. We did, again, do another tax freeze. It was 4 years in a row that we've done tax freeze at the city. We also, as a high-growth community, have some difficult decisions to make in terms of services, in terms of staffing levels. We continue to do that because we have to make key investments for the future. And some of the issues that we had, we're planning for a hospital. There's a lot of announcements, and I know financially, similar to how people at home are making tough decisions because we know there are people suffering out there. We at the city also have to be realistic in looking at making some tough decisions, but we need to prioritize and move forward, and we're hoping that we'll be able to get into a different way of life, which means having to still deal with COVID. That's why it's important that people vaccinate and continue to follow public health measures.
Okay, but as we know, lots of students are coming and settling in Brampton area particularly. We have such a great shortage of affordable accommodation houses, and we can see the price is climbing like anything. So at this time, people are going for legalizing their basement apartments. So I believe lots of applications it is receiving at the moment. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Yeah, and that's an excellent point, Mr. Sani, is that we have received, and this is actually good, and really I want to thank Brampton residents. We've a lot of applications have come in to legalize their basement apartments, so that is so important. We've had trouble to administer those in terms of capacity. We don't have enough people, and I know we've worked now with an external company to help us process a lot of these applications. One of the struggles that we have, and similar to what businesses out there are doing, trying to recruit people, in terms of building inspectors and so on, it's been a little bit of a challenge for us to get more people in to help us administer all this. It's a crisis all along. We know the housing market, it's a very speculative market. We know the federal government is looking at how can they address it, the provincial government as well. I know there's a threat right now of possible interest rates going up. So we understand that housing is such an important issue in Brampton, and there's not one sort of magic answer. So, it's important people still legalize. We're working as fast as we can to process and to legalize basement apartments because we want people to be able to live in basement apartments in a proper, safe way. Our property standards, we've added more bylaw officers because one of the challenges that we have certainly is that property standards sometimes have been challenged because when you have a lot more people in the home, obviously there's more garbage, there's more impact on services, and that's the issue that we're trying to resolve.
Okay, as we know, Brampton is the fastest growing city in Canada, and it has its own challenges. I mean, we don't have university, we have one hospital, we are struggling for another hospital, shortage of beds, road conditions are bad, lot of transportation, traffic is there, multiple issues we are facing at this time in Brampton, and it's obvious because, as I said, it's the fastest growing city, and these challenges are obvious. But the biggest challenge, which I am always discussing, I discuss with Mayor, I discuss with Gurpreet Dhillon, Harkirat Singh, everyone, I'm discussing at the city level also, and I'm going to interview, by the way, police chief very soon. So the crime is the biggest challenge we are facing in Brampton area at this time, Martin. And you being a regional councillor, I'm sure you must be talking to the police department for that.
Yeah, so just as a reminder, I'm actually Brampton's representative on the Police Services Board. So the mayor was the first 2 years, so I am currently representing Brampton on the Police Services Board. So I do speak to the board, the chief, many times about policing issues, and I do want to take the opportunity to recognize our new chair of the Police Services Board, Ron Chadha, from Brampton, who was selected. So congratulations to Mr. Chadha. Mm-hmm. But I will say that from the statistics that we've just approved in a month ago, we looked at it, that actually crime has deteriorated in Brampton in comparison to other communities. So if you look at the top 10 municipalities in Canada, when it comes to crime rate, Brampton is at the lowest. It's, I think, 9th or 10th. So we're actually, and in terms of policing, we still don't have a police representation by population as high as other jurisdictions. We've kept adding more police officers, but what we're doing things is smarter, and as the police chief always talks about. So one is preventative measures, is something that we do as civil society in the municipality, getting more youth involved in positive programs, positive sports. I remember just everyone, we've moved a motion to provide youth hubs. So these are youth centers, so youth can come and do what they want, be it computer, art, sports. So we're giving that to youth. But when it comes to crime and safety, certainly during COVID, we saw a spike, for example, in certain crimes, and crimes are becoming more sophisticated. I do understand when people see the news, there is this understanding or this feeling that there is more crime. And as a growing community, I understand that sometimes becomes as the sheer number of volume of crime. But statistically, we're actually doing a lot better than other jurisdictions, but it doesn't mean that we're happy with the numbers. We still have to address a lot of the issues, drugs, trafficking, human trafficking is a huge issue that we have to address, and we know, especially with the state of the economy and a lot of people in difficult situations, that unfortunately human trafficking is becoming an issue. So just as a plug, I will be having next month live with the chief on Facebook, an open discussion, and I hope people can come in and ask their questions, send their questions. We will be having a Facebook discussion available for the community where I'll be one-on-one with the police chief to talk about exactly these issues.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you so much. Would you like to share phone number of your office so that people can contact you if they have any issue with the region or with the city?
Yeah, I'm more than happy to give my phone number directly. This is my cell phone, so you don't have to contact, my assistant or anything. People can call me directly at 416-806-0239, 416-806-0239. And again, that's Martin Medeiros. And if you're not in my area, because I represent wards 3 and 4, I'm more than happy to put them in contact with their local area councillors.
416-806-0239 is the phone number of Martin Medores, who is our regional councillor from ward number 3 and 4. And you can call him directly. He's very popular in our community, in Punjabi community. So you can call him anytime for any kind of help you need at regional level or at the city level. If you have applied for any permit, you are not getting it, any issue with the region or the city, you can call him 416-806-0239. Martin, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you very much, and everyone stay safe. And reminder, please do not park on the road so the snow plows can come through your neighborhood.
That's really a good reminder. Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Sanji Martin Medores.